Okay, so why religion is important to Africans or African people? I said that it is heavily involved in like cultural identity and worldview, as it's very deeply integrated into African culture and daily life, and provides the framework for understanding the world and one's place in it. And the textbook briefly talks about how there is a belief in a supreme being and belief in divinities and beliefs in the ancestors. The ancestors are the heroines from various tribes. Ancestors are believed to have special powers in the afterlife, and through these powers to intervene in the lives of the living. So essentially, like, they place emphasis on the ancestors. And there is also little concern with the afterlife in African religions, as they don't concern themselves much with the afterlife or what life will be led by the immortal soul. There's no beliefs in heaven or hell. And religious faith is perceived as useful and practical rather than a means of salvation. So it's useful and practical rather than a means of salvation. So I feel as though it's important in African cultures. Religion is important as it really emphasizes communalism and provides a moral code. So, like, for instance, the communalism part, it supports values of social solidarity, harmony, and cooperation. Those are a lot of major themes seen in African religion, as well as the providing of a moral code. Traditional African religion provides sanctions for moral obligations and responsibilities of community members, and the enforcement of these sanctions is done by the traditional religious leader. And good misfortunes that befall individuals or communities are often interpreted as punishment, while good fortunes are seen as rewards and meeting the community's moral obligations. So it really focuses on a lot with community and things like that. So I believe that the community and social structure, as well as the cultural identity and worldview, are why it is so important, why religion is so important in African culture. And to African Americans, it's a bit different. So it all kind of started during slavery, when the enslaved people were brought to America, and the slave masters essentially were trying to convert them to this religion. And now it is so important in the African American community, as Christianity provided hope and psychological survival during enslavement, as the slave masters introduced the idea of hell to slaves to essentially scare them into staying alive and to not try and like commit suicide or things of that nature. So it essentially provided hope during that dark time. And it also emphasized community. The Black church became very important for gatherings, social services, economic support, things of that nature. Really brought people together cohesively. It was very central to the civil rights movement, and it provided the moral framework for fighting injustices. It affirms Black humanity in the face of racism, and it was used as a coping mechanism to provide emotional support and stress relief. So it's essentially, religion in the African American community is very community based and very survival and coping based. I feel like that is why religion is very important to African Americans. For human beings in general, I feel like religion is important as it kind of gives life a purpose. As we know, we often ask, why are we here? What happens after death? It kind of gives us a sense of purpose and direction in life, and allows one to feel as though the choices they make aren't just for no reason, that there is a point to all of this. And it does community belonging, comfort, psychological comfort. It provides sort of comfort about what happens after death, as we don't know what happens after death, or we are not able to fathom what happens after death. So religion kind of comes in and brings in that sense of like comfort and like identity with people, and allows them to like have goals and purposes, and like strive towards things and provide meaning, essentially. So it essentially gives meaning to life. And yeah, I believe religion is important to all three of these groups, and I don't believe that it is not important, so I won't be talking about that.